Yes, good day everyone. Charles Medusalem here. Um, I'm actually in the lab right now, whereby I'm collecting data from my already collected samples. Now I have now to record some data here, whereby I'm looking at length, I'm looking at mass, I'm looking at species names, I'm looking at station number where the fish was caught, and I have quite a number of species here that I'm working on, quite a lot of them. You can see one of them is here. This is called Nezumia N. Nezumia N. And 16.2. Yeah, it's quite a very interesting project that I'm working on. Actually, primarily I'm working on hake mussels and some crustaceans, which are selected species. I have now 7 selected crustacean species. I want to look at their trophic interaction and also their heavy metal trophic transfer in the Namibian coast. I have 2 hake species. These are the Melusis capensis and Melusis paradoxus, which are very, very significant species when it comes to economic. The most viable resource, fishery resource that we have here in Namibia. And I'm looking at crustaceans, and in the sense where I'm looking at crustaceans, I'm looking at crustaceans as prey of hake, and I'm looking at hake as predators, but in the process hake also act as prey because hake also consume hake, and we human, we are also predators of hake. See, we are also predators of hake. Oh, hake is our prey. Now in that sense, now we as human consuming hake as food, we want to establish if this hake that we consume is healthy enough. We want to look at human health risk assessment based on trophic methods that will be found or that we want to determine in these specimens or samples. And then we would now advise, after the study is completed, we would not advise at what levels, we will compare at what levels the permissible level for heavy metal, just looking at mercury itself. At what level is it considered safe, and at what level is considered unsafe, when you want to now compare with the already established figure. Yep, that is basically what I'm trying to do here. By the way, I'm doing my Master's of Science in Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences. So yep, just bear with me while I record this, and I will show you what I'm recording now. I'm recording helicopters. Let me just confirm. Yeah, Helicotermus. I'm recording a Helicotermus. Helicotermus dactylopterus. Quite interesting, yeah, quite interesting. 165 here. I don't think you would quite see, but you would not see any to be laterally inverted. But anyways, this is station 165 where the fish was caught, and this species is Helicoptermus dactylopterus. Alright, now let me take it for metric measurements. I have its length of 14, it's about 14.2 8 centimeters, and I have now to weigh it. My balance scale tells me it's 40 grams, and this balance scale that I'm using right here, it's only giving me complete or whole numbers. It's not it's rounding off to the next or to the nearest whole number. Another specimen which is 50 grams, 50 grams, and its length is 16.5 centimeters. Yes, fisheries is very interesting. It's very interesting. I chose to study fisheries all the way because, let me tell you one secret why I chose to study fisheries. Growing up, my grandma used to catch fish. We used to have a traditional way of catching fish. I hope most of you guys understand. And we didn't really do artisanal fishing gears and what, or traditional fishing gears, but then they are not well documented, so that's why probably it's not part of our course. But yeah, they are actually traditional fishing gears that people use. Most of the people in Zambezi region and alternatively the two regions of Kavango would agree with me, and they would be familiar. And most of the people in Msati region, where most of the time when it floods, they actually benefit at a later stage with by using traditional fishing gears to catch fish. So that my grandmother was having that. We call it Ulua, and we grew up there at Ulua, and we used to catch fish. Most of the time we depended on fish. It supported our studies. Let me say, fish, my school fees have been paid from fish, guys. I remember my sister was in grade 10 and they used to have entrepreneurship. That time entrepreneurship was just coming. I don't really remember in what year. But yeah, she made all the effort to go catch fish. She sold her fish at the road, at the tired road, the road between Shakati and Okahau. That's actually where I lived for 8 years growing up, yeah. And she made some money out of it, and she managed to buy herself the files, the dividers with colors, and just to design your entrepreneurship file, And that's why I chose to study this course. I actually love fish. I love the idea of fishing. I love fish itself to eat, and I just love to see different species of fish. But one thing I didn't know is, wait, just grabbing one of my species. So one thing I didn't know was, I just loved fish, but I didn't know about anything about sustainability, how to catch fish for future, to catch fish in a way that the future generation will also benefit, because as we were not catching in a water source that it's conserved. It's something that only lasts for a short period of time. What do we call it? It's a perennial river. Water is only there sometimes when it's there, and when it's not. That's why maybe I didn't have the idea of tomorrow when I was catching fish, but now I know about sustainability. I know how important it is to manage fisheries resources. Yeah. Anyways, guys, okay, grabbing another specimen. I want to show you this one. I don't know if you ever saw something like this. Something like this. You see the color? It's white under, and it's called, it's flatfish, and it's called sole. If I'm not mistaken, it's a sole. Let me just grab its scientific name is Cynogrosus zanzibarensis. It's a sole fish. It's a sole fish, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, also commercially caught as bycatch sometimes within the fishery. And to tell you, These species that I'm working on here, all the specimens that I'm working on here, they were collected by the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. They do annual hake biomasses, and they just did that in January 2024. So I'm really grateful that they collected the samples for me. Alright guys, I wish I was having music to keep you company while I'm just finishing up. This is I need to record the species name first. Cynogrossus zanzibarensis. Glossus Zanzibar. The species named Zanzibarensis tells us where the fish could have originated. Maybe in Zanzibar, not quite sure, but that is for you to look up, Okay, it was called a station 201. There are actually two specimens. Okay, by the way, I'm actually at the Samuel Makemba's research center at Sanomak. It's a research center. It's the University of Namibia's research center this side of Handisby. It's where I did my undergraduate study, and now I'm back again to do my MSc, and I'm only here for 3 days because I'm also now hustling somewhere or working somewhere as a fish processor. Guys, imagine I'm still working as a fish processor. So it's the fish runs in my veins. My mother works in a fish processing company. Most of my family members are working in fish processing companies. Okay, I have now to collect this thing. It's 16.3 centimeters.